Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Sudo Cloud. Today we are going to talk about network security groups in Azure. Let's start. Consider you have created a virtual machine in the Azure. Now the real question is who can access it? Can anyone on the internet try SSH on it? Or can someone hit your open ports? Or is your virtual machine really protected? That's exactly what we are going to understand today. In this video, I'll try to explain the Azure network security groups in the simplest way possible. No heavy theory, just clear concept and practical understanding. Let's just start. First of all, the question arises, what is Azure network security groups? An Azure network security group is a layer 4 network firewall. It controls the traffic using the rule based on source, destination, port number, protocol, action, and priority. Think of an NSG as a security guard standing at the network gate of your virtual machine. Before traffic reach your virtual machine, NSG check should I allow this or block this. So that's how simply NSG works. Basically, before going with the practical example of the NSG, let's simplify some things such as inbound and outbound rules. This is very important. So inbound rules. Consider inbound rules controls traffic coming into your virtual machine. Example SSH, RDP, HTTP or HTTPS. If someone tries to connect to your virtual machine from the outside, inbound rule decide whether it is accessible or not, or allowed or not. And with the outbound rule, outbound rules controls traffic going out from your virtual machine. So such as VM accessing internet updates, VM calling an external IP, VM connecting to the database. And by default, inbound traffic is denied and outbound traffic is allowed. So you can access the internet from your virtual machine. But internet cannot access your virtual machine, for an example. Here you can apply the NSG. So there are two levels where we can apply at the subnet level or at the NIC level, which is network interface card. If both subnet and NSG exist, traffic must pass through both. So that's the simple concept. Now let's go with the example. So in this video, we are taking the example of Nginx. So what we will going to do, we will create a virtual machine, which I have already created here. And if I go to this virtual machine dashboard and now in the network dropdown, select network security, network settings. In the network settings, as you can see, here are our virtual machine network or network security group. You can see it is attached to a network interface card, which is this. This is the network interface card you can see here. Now, the simple thing is that the port number 22 is configured so that we can access our virtual machine. So what we will do in this example, we will install the Nginx, which is a web server. So what we will do, there are no HTTP 80 or 443 port are configured. So we cannot access the Nginx from here right now. So let's try this. So first connect with this virtual machine here. Hit on connect. I'm using the Azure CLI to connect our virtual machine. Just go to more ways to connect. Select connect with the Azure CLI and check access connect. Now first we'll install the Nginx in our system or virtual machine. Just login is sudo su user cd user. Now sudo update. Now first we'll install the Nginx sudo apt install Nginx. So as you can see, Nginx is installed. Now we'll check the status. So sudo systemctl status Nginx. As you can see, Nginx has started and active and running. So right now, if I try to hit our public IP, let's try this. So I'll just copy this public IP from here. In the overview page, we can just copy this public IP here and hit it in the new tab. Just hit it. Let's consider this Nginx runs by default on port 80. So let's hit port 80. So as you can see right now, there's no page showing or it is taking time to load. Let's just wait. What is the default behavior is we are not going to access, we are not able to access the Nginx web server because the port or the network security group is not configured with the port number 80 or 443. So right now we are not able to access this. Just minimize this. Right now you can see the connection is timed out. The server IP address is taking too long to respond. Now, what we are going to do is create a network security group rule for port number 80. So now I'll hit in create port rule, create the inbound rule because internet going to access our virtual machine for an example. So I'm going to create. Now, there are few options which you can select like in the source. So for the source, this tells the Azure where traffic is coming from. It can be any IP address, my specific IP address, service tag, which is predefined in Azure group, or Azure security groups, logical grouping in virtual machine. So I'm selecting any right now. The whole internet can access this right now. Indeed, like same goes with the destination. It usually it means any means your VM or specific IP or application security groups. Now in the services, I'm going to select HTTP because we are going to open the HTTP port number 80, which is TCP. Now, in the action, you can see allow, deny. We'll select the allow. Now, here comes the main thing, priority. So consider priority number decide the rule order. Lower number, higher priority. Example, priority 100 is checked before priority 200. If traffic matches a rule, Azure stop checking the further rules. So consider the lower number higher priority. So I'm taking this number to 100 and rule this HTTP. Rule name HTTP Nginx. Just add this. Now it will create a rule and associate this rule into our NSG network security groups. Let's refresh it. Now as you can see, the port 80 is opened in our virtual machine. Now we can access the Nginx. Let's hit and try again. As you can see, welcome to Nginx. Let's consider this. We have opened the port number 80 and now we are able to access the Nginx. Now if I do one thing again, I'll delete this port. Okay, delete this rule. Or I'm not going to delete this rule. I'm just added this rule to deny. Okay, just save it. After denying this rule, we'll try to hit Nginx again. Now if I just read, rule is saved. As you can see in the action, it is showing deny. Now if I refresh and now hit it again. So let's hit. Usually it takes 1 or 2 minutes to reflect here. As you can see, the connection is timed out because the action is set to deny. Now we will do this once again. What we are going to do is allow this and save. Now it will update again and it will take some time, like 1 or 2 minutes to access this again. Let's hit it. Yeah, as you can see, welcome to Nginx. So we are now again able to access the Nginx web server. So same this goes as all the services which we run in our virtual machine. Same with the outbound and same with the inbound. It depends what your need is and what you are going to configure with it. So that's how the network security groups work. Let's take some common mistakes. The common mistakes which we are talking about is first of all opening the SSH or RDP port to /0 subnet. Open the SSH or RDP to any. Okay. The second thing is forgetting to check your priority numbers because priority matters in this network security groups or in the Azure network security groups. Priority matters. So if the network security group or NSG will check first, what it will do, the firewall will check the priority of the rule. If the priority of the rule is 100, so it will take this rule first, and then it will go with the below rule like 300. So that's why priority matters. And applying NSG at subnet and NIC without understanding the impact. So you have to make sure and make it clear what you are going to do. That's why. And the third, NSG replaces OS firewall. Remember, NSG works at the Azure network layer, not the operating system firewall. Operating system firewall works inside the virtual machine. Both are separate things. These are the things. There are one question more, like when should you use the NSG? You can use the NSG, you deploy virtual machines, you want to restrict SSH or RDP, you want subnet level access control, or you want the basic security zero trust implementation. This is the complete video of it. Now, now you clearly understand what is Azure NSG, inbound and outbound rules, how priority works, and how to secure your virtual machine properly. So if this video helps you to understand Azure Network Security Group clearly, like this video, subscribe for more Azure and DevOps content. See you in the next one.